Greetings, everybody, and welcome to ILONA Show, where stories change lives. Recently, I have had a project with my daughter, and she reminded me that there is a word courage in encourage. So every time you encourage somebody else, you give them a little bit of courage. So I want you to encourage today, to give a courage to someone that needs it today. And we have a perfect guest who encourages and brings this courage to people in our community. I want to welcome Javi to my studio. How are you doing, Javi?
Doing pretty good. Thank you for having me.
So you're a creative producer, you're a creative, the person here in the CCX Media. So, but you all have a dreams, right? Please tell us and walk us through your childhood, right? What was your dream of the Javi of the 10 years old?
Oh, wow. So first of all, thank you for having me here. I'm very excited and a little nervous. I haven't been in front of the camera for a while. So, yeah, and I also go by Javier. So if anybody finds me out there, more than welcome to call me any name you could think of up on top. So I am the create coordinator here at CCS Create, and I am also a freelancer. So, and the way I got here was, I think I was a little kid. You know, I saw my parents persevere certain struggles, obstacles that came their way. You know, my parents were immigrants, so we would have to go where work was. And you know, 10 years old, my siblings, we had no other option but to go with them. And I really, you know, nowadays, I really enjoy the stories that my parents have because it motivates me to continue and try harder or even try different things that they never got a chance to do. So I feel like their courage resonates with me, and I want to encourage others to continue to believe in themselves, because who else are you going to rely on? You know, now this day world it's very difficult to find those people who are going to push you to continue your goals. But, you know, I want to be that person that you could rely on and be like, Javi's going to help me hit those goals in the future. So.
And I know sometimes we don't give ourselves a credit because it's hard to see ourselves as a hero to others, but to me and to our community, you do very special things. You may not realize it or recognize it, but we see that. You do you plant this encouragement to others from your background, from how your parents planted it in you. So, for example, our lives right now, it's all about youth, and you have a passion to help youth. So what do you think the youth is lacking right now?
I feel we have a lot to learn from the youth as well. We are lacking a large gap between their ideology and ours. I believe these kids still need encouragement. I feel like the old kind of saying is that they're fine, they'll take care of it. But nowadays, it's like these kids have relied on so much technology that they forgot how to communicate, how to talk to the person across to them. I believe that kids and adults should at least have a conversation with their parents, with a friend, with a neighbor, you know, just to get them understanding there is a dialogue between them and the other person, and they might find a story somewhere that they could resonate with and really share that with others.
Yeah, I'm learning it more and more as I spend time with my kids, that they always remind me that, Mom, regardless of our age, we have a voice. We're talented. We are innovative too. And there is a gap, like you said, we always stick with the old school because that's where we feel confident. right? Now it's new generation, completely new wave of thinking as well. But like I agree that you said, no matter how technology is going to progress, we still need communication. We still need this human interaction one way or another. And what is your hope for our community?
I think working with the community and working with others within it, my hope is we're able to collaborate, network, and look past these boundaries, these walls, because growing up as an immigrant, there was always walls and obstacles. I wouldn't want that for the next person who is trying to come up in the society. We have to break down these ideologies, these walls that are very old school, and help these people, especially these kids, because these kids are our future.
Yep.
And a lot of people would say, "Oh, these kids don't, they kind of do their own thing, and I can't rely on kids." But at the same time, they're asking these kids how to use a cell phone. It's like we need to work with each other. We
Yeah.
need to understand each other, and that's where I believe is work together, get along together, and just find a place that in society where we could rely on our neighbors and be like, hey, like, I was just talking to somebody where it was like, when has a neighbor ever asked for anything?
Yes.
I don't have neighbors. I live in an apartment, but still, it's very rare that I see anybody talk about that scenario of, oh, I had to go to my neighbors and borrow a cup of milk or a cup of sugar or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, I miss that interaction too. But if you want to look at the camera, what would you want to tell right now to your parents?
Oh, if my parents are watching, which I will make them watch this, because I don't think they understand how much I understand their story, their struggle. I need them to understand that I forgive them for everything that they've gone through that has affected me or them. And I feel that they had this burden or this weight on them for so long. And I just want them to understand that you as parents, I believe every child should love their parents unconditionally and always listen to the parents, listen to the stories, because we have a lot to learn. And to my mom and dad, it's thank you for everything. You have taught me so much. I am here because of you, and I'm on a TV show. Look at that.
So, everything matters in the lives. You never know how your words in the past is going to impact the legacy that you're going to build in the future. Your kids going to be watching it in the future. They're like, oh, that's my dad. And it's going to just bring some kind of impact and encouragement as well in there. And to you out there, today you have a time. Today you have a chance to give this courage in someone who needs it today. It doesn't have to be something grandiose, something big, something large. Just a word, just a positive, good word of affirmation can go a long way. And you can build in someone else's life this encouragement, the bravery, the fierceness, the belief in themselves. Because your story does matter, and your story can change lives. Thank you so much. That was ILONA from ILONA TV. We will see you next time.